everybody. Forgive my setup. Forgive my setup. I'm in the living room. The air conditioning is on. It's a lot going on. I'm in here with the dogs. But I wanted to come by. I know I haven't. I said I would do one the next day, but I ended up having surgery. So I had surgery last Monday. So this coming up, today's Friday. So it's coming up Monday will be 2 weeks that I've had surgery. And time has truly flown. So today I'm gonna come with, I started my series, the spooky stories that I know of. So the one today I'm gonna talk about is the Waverly Hills Sanatory. So I was stationed in Fort Knox. Fort Knox is probably around about 30 to 45 minutes away, depending on traffic, from Waverly Hills. Now, Waverly Hills they do tours. I think they do tours all year round. I can't remember if they do now, or if they still, I know at that time it was around Halloween, and they were doing it because of the season. They were doing haunted tours and stuff like that. So how it was, my friends, well, not my friends, they were my coworkers. I was in the Army, and I was stationed at Fort Knox. And like I said, Fort Knox is about 45 minutes, 30 minutes, close to 45 minutes to an hour away. So I ended up seeing that they were doing a tour on Halloween. Y'all already know I want no parts of this, okay? I want absolutely no parts of it. Absolutely not. But my co-workers wanted to go. They wanted to go. They wanted to see it. They wanted to be scared. Alright. So I said, well, y'all go. Y'all let me know how it goes. So I think it was like I was supplied. There was another supply girl that was with me. And there was he did the weapons. And 3 of us ran our supply room. And so them 2 decided to go with a couple other people that we know. And I think the other supply girl, her husband, went with them. I said, y'all go, y'all tell me about it. So they went on Halloween. Okay? So I already know it's going to be crazy. It's going to be ridiculous how much traffic, how many people are going to be at these tours. It's just going to be ridiculous because it is Halloween. So they go. They do this tour. And my coworker, she had long blonde hair. And so they're doing the tour. They said they got there, and it's lit up enough, but the building itself is just the building itself. It looks, you know what I'm saying? But they went, and we're like, okay. So they said it was lit up enough. It was quite a few people there, so it made them a little bit more comfortable with doing this foolishness. They're walking up, and I want to say, I cannot remember if there are 3 or 4 levels or floors. I know the highest level, which is the 3rd or 4th floor, they don't do the tours on those. They're like, if you want to go up there, you go up there by yourself. So they didn't do, I don't think that they didn't go up there. They did just do the regular tour. But my coworker, everybody's standing there listening to the guide, and she didn't realize that she was standing on the outside. So basically, everybody's standing in a cluster listening. She didn't realize she was standing like right here on the edge. There's nobody behind her or beside her. And she said she could have sworn that with people around her, like she could have sworn that she was, that the group was bigger. And so as she's standing there, she said her hair is long and blonde, it's down. And she said she felt somebody flicker with her hair, and she thought maybe somebody bumped into her by accident. And so she said she didn't pay it any mind. She just kind of went on. And she's walking, and they're going through the tour, and she said she felt it again. And she's like thinking, okay, somebody's behind me. She turns around, there's nobody there. Nobody's beside her, nobody's behind her. She's actually in the back of the group. She was like, okay. So she hurried up and catch up with her husband. And she's like, okay, something flicked my hair. And he's like, oh, you're fine, you're being dramatic, whatever. And she's like, no, something flicked my hair. He's like, okay. All right. He's like, well, what do you want to do? He's like, well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? She's like, I don't want to do nothing. I'm done. Like, let's finish this tour and go home. So they finish the tour. They go home. And mind you, in the last video, remember I told y'all, when y'all go to these places, make sure you cleanse yourself. Make sure that you are cleansed. Make sure that you pray over your house. Make sure when y'all go to these places, cleanse. She ain't do such thing because obviously she don't believe in that shit. Well, over the next few weeks, things start going bump in the night. It was subtle. It wasn't like it was, crazy poltergeist type stuff, but it was just little things, like things would get missing. And she put it somewhere, and she was like, I know I put it there. And then she'd look all over the house, go somewhere, go look somewhere, and come back, it's there. Like, she would misplace things would, and she would start having like nightmares and stuff like that. And I was like, girl, so followed you home. And she was like, oh no, it's nothing like that. I said, girl, something done followed you home. It may not be necessarily be attached to you, but it followed your ass home. And so I think when her son, she had a baby, and her son, he started getting like, I don't know what they call it, acid reflux for babies or for a young, he started getting it more often than he had ever gotten it. And he was just starting to be very irritable and not. I said, girl, you better look up something to go find yourself to get clear. I don't know what it's called. I don't know if you need to go to a Reiki master or a priest or what, but I was like, you need to go get yourself, go somewhere and get it cleansed. Go cleanse yourself. And she was like, I said, I'm telling you to take my advice as somebody from the South, as somebody who has always been warned about stuff like this. You need to take your ass and go get yourself cleansed. Okay? Mind you, my co-worker, she's not listening. She's from, I think she was from Wisconsin. So, that stuff ain't, it's not, which is kind of crazy because I think there's like 3 or 4 reservations up there, which is like, I'm like, yo, you live near the res. How are you not understanding? So I said, all right, you can play with me if you want to. This went on to about December. And finally, I guess she had enough because she wasn't getting no sleep at night. They weren't getting, it was just the house that they had made. You know, we live in the barracks, and it was military housing, but she was supposed, at that time, we're getting ready to go on to our military, getting ready to go on leave for Christmas and holidays and stuff like that. She was about to um she was about to get out of the military. She wasn't gonna be enlisted no more. And she was gonna go home. And I'm like, look, I'm telling you this right now. You are no longer going to be here. Do you realize you don't know if whatever it is will follow you to your next location? We're in Kentucky. She ready to go back to Wisconsin. And I'm like, and it was like northern Wisconsin up there by Green Bay somewhere. So I'm like, you realize, yo, this shit might follow you up there. You need to go get cleansed now before you leave this facility. Because who knows if you gonna be able to get rid of it when you get up there. So she finally took my advice. I don't know where she went. I just know she said she got cleansed. I don't know where she went. Don't ask me. But she just said, okay, I took your advice. I went and got cleansed. And my house feels lighter. And I was, what you mean your house feels lighter? She said, it just feels like when you walk in, it's like a breath of fresh air. And it's just like, I'm like, I tried to tell you that. So I'm like, when these people go to y'all, when y'all go to these haunted places or these places that are haunted, please understand that this is actually a place where somebody existed. Somebody was there. Somebody had pain attached to this place or to wherever this is. That is why it is haunted. Hello, okay. I apologize for the change of location. I had to go somewhere quiet. But I'm going to continue. You guys have to remember to protect yourself when you go to these places. I'm not saying don't go to them, because you know some of them have some really good history attached to them. Like my story, my next one is going to be about New Orleans, and the history attached to that city, aside from being haunted, is amazing and very deep. So I'm not saying not go to those places, but I'm just saying when you do go, protect yourself. Whatever that means to you, you protect yourself. All right. So that is a spooky story for today. I will be trying to do more of these because I am in the house for a couple weeks. I did have surgery, like I said earlier. So I'm in the house for a couple weeks. I won't be able to go and do as much. So I'll hopefully be able to get back on my feet fully in the next 3 to 4 weeks. So I'll be back with more stories. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, everything, so I get my channel up and going. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.